Hello student, I am Professor Gagrasia from Computer Department. Today we will see the first practical of Advanced Java Programming subject. The course code of this subject is 22517. The practical name is that write a program to demonstrate the use of AWT components. Okay. Next, we will see the practical significance. The practical significance for this practical is text field, text area, button, checkbox, radio buttons, checkbox group are the AWT components that is used to design the GUI in a Java programming. We know that AWT is an advanced window toolkit that is used for designing the GUI, that is graphical user interface. The AWT components are text field, text area, button, checkbox, radio buttons. In daily use or to design any form, we use these components. Component is an object having representation that can be displayed on the screen to interact with the user. These components specially used for designing forms or any applications. These components main use is that interaction between user and display screen. When suppose user click on any button or any checkbox or radio button, and then the action is generated. Suppose I am clicking on a button, then the button is having an action to submit particular form or the applications. Next, we will see the practical skills. For developing any program or any application, we need some practical skills. The practical skills is that to develop a standalone applications, we have to develop an application that is a standalone applications. Why standalone application? Because when we develop this application can be run easily on any platform. Okay, so that's why I am saying that the standalone applications. Next, the practical is expected to develop the following skill. When we perform this practical, we have developing the skill is that able to design form using required AWT components. Student can be design a form by giving the required AWT components. Which are the components? Again, same components: button, checkbox, radio button, then text field, text area. These are the components of AWT. Next, able to understand the different components available in AWT. Also, we can understand the different components which are comes in AWT. Next, the relevant course outcome, that is the CO. When the student perform this practical, then they can develop programs using GUI framework of AWT. Student can be develop program. Also, they can develop the GUI framework of AWT. Okay, these are the outcomes or CO of this practical. Next, we will see the minimum theoretical background. When we perform any practical, we need some theoretical background of that particular practical. So when you perform this practical, you need some background. The background is that the AWT is a Java programming language that is class library. Components are a visible object that can interact with the user. Okay. You know that components are a visible object. Why visible? Because when user use these components, they can display on a screen. Suppose I am using button, then button can be displayed on a screen. If I use checkbox or a radio button or a text field or text area, these also components are visible on a user screen. So that's why when components are a visible object, then they can interact with the user. Next is containers. What is the container? Containers are to use hold these components. When we use these components, then containers are hold ob these objects or these components in a given screen. In that we use frame, panel, applets. These are specially used for the containers. Okay. Next is using the applet window, designing the following AWT components by using add methods of a component class. When we use the applet window, then we can use these AWT components. Which are the AWT components? Again, we will see that. The following are some AWT components. The first component is that label. Label is used specially for displaying a string. When user want to display any string on the form. For example, if student developing a form of a student admission or any employee registration form. In that case, we require student name. Suppose I am giving a student name. In that case, I require one string. That's name is indicating that student name. So my student name is my label for that particular form. So I am using as a string this label. So it is used to create a label that display a string. Next is text field. In that form, suppose I am developing form student registration. In that form, I am giving student name, but I have to enter that name from the given lines. So I am using a text field. Text field is used to create and accept a single line text from a user. In that case, user have accept the single line text from a user. Okay. Next is text area. The text area is used specially for a multiple line text. Suppose you have to enter address of your home, then we require multiple lines in that case, so we use text area in that case. Next is button. The button is used for pushing button. Means suppose I am creating a form. After that form I have to submit that particular form. So in that case, I am using a submit button to sending the particular form. Or suppose I am using another button, clear. The clear button is used for clearing the field. Suppose I want to cut or delete some data. That case, I am using clear button. The clear button is clearing all the history of I am entering that form. Next is a checkbox. The checkbox is used especially for select multiple options. Suppose user have to select multiple options by giving a list of a checkbox. In that case, we use a checkbox to select multiple options. Next is checkbox group. The checkbox group is used or it is act as a radio button. In that case, we have to select only one option of a given list. For example, suppose I am using a gender. In that gender, I am giving two options, one for male and second for female. In that case, you have to select only one option, either male or a female. In that case, we use a radio button. Next, we will see some syntax of a text area. The first syntax is to create a text area. Text area TA equal to new text area in bracket string str integer number of lines. This is used for creating a text area. In that case, I am creating a object of a text area is a TA. In that I am giving a passing or giving string as a str and number of lines. Suppose I want to create one string of a 10 lines or 50 lines. In that case, I am giving string and also I am giving number of lines 50 or 20. In that case, we can use a text here. Next is a to create a radio button, that is a checkbox group. Suppose we have to create one checkbox or any radio button. In that case, I am using checkbox. In that case, I am using checkbox. I am creating object cb1, cb2, and also I am using checkbox group. The object is cbg. In that case, the first is checkbox used for mail. In that case, I am using or giving a name mail, and the checkbox value object is a true. And for second one, I am giving value false. Why I am giving true or false? The true is for selecting or the given radio button is a enable. For example, I am giving male and female. In that case, one option is already selected, so that's case I am giving true value. Next, resource required. For this particular practical, we require some resources. The resources are computer system, that is your system or a laptop. By giving a configuration of a i3 or i5 processor, and preferable RAM is about 2 GB. Next is operating system. We require Windows or Linux. Any two of operating system can be used for this practical. Next is development software. We use JDK, that is Java Development Kit, and version is 1.5 or onwards. These are the resource required. Next, we will see the practical or a program for this practical. So this is practical name is design an applet or an application to demonstrate the use of radio button and checkbox. Here we have to use a radio button and checkbox. So you know that we require some packages, then applet code, then main class. We already see this in a previous Java, that is a core Java. In that we use also applet, but some part we have not seen in core Java. So that's why the advanced Java is next upgraded version of a core Java. Here we use three packages. The first package is import java.applet.applet. This particular package is used for applet. Next is import java.awt checkbox. This is used for creating a checkbox. Next is import java.awt.checkbox group. This is used for radio button. Okay. Next we will see the applet code. The applet code is that applet code equal to create a radio buttons example. Here the class name is my create radio buttons example. Here you have to give one the class name which you created. So class name and this name is matches. Okay. Next is width of that applet window and height of that applet window. After that, we have to close applet window tab. Next, we will see the main method is public class create a radio buttons example extends applet. We have to extend this class into applet. Then we will see initialize method, that is public void initialize. Then we will see some objects which I have created. The first is checkbox group. In that the object name is language group equal to new checkbox. The constructor is without any parameter. This is constructor without any parameter. I am not giving any parameter in that constructor. Next we will see checkbox Java equal to new checkbox Java language group true. Here I am creating three constructor. First is the Java, then CPP, then VB. This is for a language group that I am using for checkbox. So my first checkbox is the Java, second is CPP, and third is VB. Checkbox group. Okay, it is used for a radio buttons, but name is as checkbox. I am not giving a radio button name here because we radio button comes under checkbox group. That's why the name is checkbox. Okay. Next, the checkbox group, then language name. After that, language group and values true. So I am here giving the values are all are truths. Okay. After that, I am creating a checkbox. The first three is for a radio button, and then after I am creating checkbox. In that, I am giving checkbox object box 1 equal to new checkbox. Here I am setting a label for my that particular checkbox. Is a my checkbox 1 and second is my checkbox 2. After that, we have to add this radio buttons or checkbox to that particular constructor. So I am giving value add checkbox 1. After that, I am giving value add checkbox 2, add Java, add CPP, add VB. And after that, I am closing my program. So this is my program. Now we will see how to run this Java program. So this is my Java program. Again, I will see you public class create a radio button. This is my program name. So I am saving as program with this name. I already created program, so I am directly running my program. Okay. So I am opening command prompt. After that, I have already set path, so I am directly running my program. CD Java. I'm in Java folder. After that, compiling the program Java C. Program name is that create a radio button examples. So I am compiling my program. Okay. If any error in that my program, then in compilation I will see the error here. But in my program there is no error, so directly my program is compiled. After that, I am using applet viewer for to run this program. Okay. Now you will see the output of this program. Here I am using checkbox. If I am clicking on that checkbox, then the checkbox is selected. So I am creating two checkbox, then I am creating three radio buttons. You will see that on a screen. Okay. Again, I am seeing some difference between these two. Checkbox is used especially for selecting all options. Here we can see the all option can be selected in a checkbox, but in a radio button we see that only one particular option is selected. So this is the main difference between these two. Here user have to select only one option, and in checkbox you can select multiple options. This is the major difference between checkbox and radio button. Okay, so in that way, our first practical is completed. The next video we will see next practical of this subject. Thank you.